Che para kabaracağım. Che para.
Sliced and diced. I'm gonna be the official translator.
What's up guys and welcome. You are watching Fazi Fitness. So this was the great news that everyone, all the bodybuilding fans were waiting for to see Hadi Choopan in the US. So this time, it took Hadi longer than usual to get his US visa approved. But he's finally here, a little under 3 weeks out from this year's Mr. Olympia. And that is still plenty of time to get settled here and adjust to the new time zone. And also train with Hani Rambod, his trainer and his coach. And let's not even ask this question, whether Hani Rambod is still helping him or not. Because obviously he never stopped helping Hadi. And honestly the Olympia this year that would have been kind of dull without Hadi Choopan in it. I mean he's the guy who has been top 2 at the Olympia since 2022. And on paper he's the biggest rival for the reigning Olympia champion Samson Dauda as per the Olympia last year. So just imagine what kind of a monster Hadi is in the gym. What kind of unbelievable strength this guy has, that this is him after traveling a very long flight, almost 20 plus hours, and then 4 hours of waiting at the airport. And he was right back in the gym and to do those 200 pounds dumbbell rows, and that too for reps at the end of his back workout. That is definitely something. And as Hani Rambod also mentioned, that this is the strongest Hadi has ever looked this close to the show. And Hani also did translate something for us. Hadi Choopan means business.
Che para kabaracağım. Che para.
Sliced and diced.
And all these guys, including the defending Olympia champion, they better show up at their 100%, as there hasn't been a more consistent bodybuilder in that entire men's open lineup than Hadi Choopan over the last 6 years. And even if Hadi shows up off, kind of the way he did last year at the Olympia, he was still the most conditioned guy on that stage. So last year Hadi left the Olympia stage with a very bad taste in his mouth, because that was a show which he lost because he wasn't able to bring his 100%, his best, the way he did at the Arnold Ohio last year. And he would have probably won that show if he showed up looking exactly the way he did for the Arnold Ohio last year against Samson Dauda. So that was a big opportunity missed by Hadi Choopan of reclaiming his Olympia title. Now if we think about this, Hadi kind of has a unique edge, an advantage over all these other guys. While all of them, they were competing, they did at the very least one show this year, all the top 5 guys. Hadi was invested throughout this last year to improving his physique and bringing up his back and his legs. And most importantly, this time his Olympia peak, that should be 100%, and he should peak to absolute perfection as he's well rested and his body is all fresh. So just as Hani Rambod mentioned, it is game on. Before you scroll or blink too hard, have you subscribed yet? Please don't make me bring out the emotional blackmail. Hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell icon. It's free, it's painless, and that makes me look way cooler than I actually am. So the hype for the Classic Physique Olympia title, that is also in full swing, with 2 of the biggest contenders for this year's Classic Olympia title, Mike Sommerfeld and Terrence, putting up their physique updates a little less than 3 weeks out. So if we compare them side by side, based on these updates, the one pose that unconditionally goes to Mike, that is the side chest. I mean he compared so well, even against Chris Bumstead, who arguably has one of the best side chests across all the bodybuilding history. So Mike is looking untouchable in that pose. And the front double biceps, that also goes to Mike. But you can say that Terrence has more of a classic look. But that being said, I would still give that pose to Mike Sommerfeld. Now other than that, all the other poses like the abs and thigh, the back double biceps and the favorite classic pose, they are going to be very close between both these amazing classic physique athletes. And we are talking about 2 guys who are also masters of posing and presentation. So they can showcase their craft on the stage, and that too very well. So this is gonna be an epic battle. So there is nobody in that entire classic physique division who can rival Mike's overall muscularity, his density, and the kind of thickness that he has. And that is the primary reason why so many people out there, they tell this so frequently to Mike, that he's a 212 or an open guy, because the density on that physique, that is absolute bonkers. So with Chris Bumstead now gone and retired, the IFBB Pro League, they are looking to set a new standard for classic physique division. And we have not seen this new and improved version of Terrence Ruffin go head to head with Mike Sommerfeld. So based on the way the judging went down at this year's Arnold Ohio in Classic, Mike seems like the obvious choice for the judges who perfectly fits that classic physique criteria. But the second place finisher at that show, Logan Franklin, he wasn't even close to Mike, especially from the back, while Terrence Ruffin on the other hand, he has one of the most complete backs in the entire classic physique division. Plus, can we all agree that in terms of who looks more classic, then all the votes, they would 100% go towards Terrence Ruffin. Now, we do not know when these updates were taken, but it does seem like that they're both very recent. And I must say that conditioning on Mike and the dryness, that is on a different level here, which is also understandable, as Mike is gonna have to push pretty damn hard this time to make that weight cut off. While Terrence on the other hand, he doesn't fall in that same category as of yet. Nevertheless, this is gonna be a great year for classic physique, because all these top guys, they are gonna try and come in 100%, because the Olympia title, that is up for grabs. Now if both these guys, they show up at their best, who do you guys have winning the Olympia if that is the scenario? Rubiel Mosquera aka Nexzilla checks in, just a little over 3 weeks out from his first ever Mr. Olympia. So he's among the few guys who won 2 pro shows this year, and he can be one of the wild cards in this year's Olympia second call out. So his side shots, with the kind of detail that he has on the side of his legs, they are so damn incredible, probably one of the best out there, and he can give most of these guys a run for their money in that shot. Rubiel also has incredible arms, amazing chest, and is also a perfect definition of mass with class. So he has a very small waistline with a lot of mass, and he controls his midsection pretty damn well the entire time he's up on any bodybuilding stage. And we have to keep in mind, he did not just win the Portugal Pro, he absolutely dominated that show, where he beat the 2 Olympians, including Bruno Santos and Nathan Diesha. And the scary part is that Rubiel hasn't even turned 30 just yet. So the quality of his physique, that will continue to improve, that will continue to get better and better, the more he competes and the longer he stays on diet. And from the size perspective, he is equally a big threat to many of these guys in that second call out, because we all know size is also a very big factor in a big show like the Olympia. So for Rubiel, it's all about having the champion mindset and the will to suffer in order to bring out more detail and get even more conditioned. So the people close to him have always said that he has a hard time sticking to a diet, especially for a prolonged period. But the fact is, he showed us all in the 3 shows that he did this year that he can come in diced. So what are your predictions for Rubiel for his Olympia debut? Will he be in that top 10? Also hit the thumbs up button if you liked the video, and smash the subscribe button if you wanna come back for more. Thanks for watching.